All right, what's going on, everyone? Jared Leon here with Pack a Punch Traders. Just want to make a quick trade recap from today. Traded one ticker all day. That's the only thing I really watched was BEAT. Um, you see here, nice gap up, big first green day. Did have some. It's a healthcare stock, super low float, low market cap. Had positive news. I see exactly what it was. I forget. Granted a patent that has developed for say 3D for heart attack detection anytime, anywhere, announced yada yada yada. So I saw some good news, a low float, low market cap. Um, the one resistance level that I will note was right here at 240 this day. But as you can see, the volume was nothing compared to what it did today. So let's just dive into the intraday. Didn't touch this all throughout here. We cracked down, consolidated, tried to break down, popped right back. And I kind of saw this as, higher low, higher low, higher low. Tried to break down. It couldn't. It popped right back. Took a starter here at 203. Ended up adding here at 211. I had my average up to like 207 or something like that. Got this nice little perk. Ended up getting stuffed. Held through all of this. What did I do? Held through all of this, and then finally cut it here when it looked like it was going to crack. So I cut it at like 202. It was like a $12 loss. Tested low of day at 190 before it's coming right back. And this is where it starts to get a little crazy. So this is where today I definitely traded on emotion. And even though, this was pretty choppy, I didn't get the move that I wanted, I still had an angle to take profits, and instead I let my emotions get the best of me. I traded this multiple times, and it was a nightmare. It was really stressful. My anxiety was going through the roof. I was sweating. It was not fun, and I just want to kind of go through it, talk about my mindset and why I was buying it, and and why the emotions really killed this trade for me. Excuse me. So I'm fine with taking the small position. I have my 207 average. I cut it here. It is what it is. I did have my stop at 190 low of day originally. I did bring it up to 195. And when I saw it starting to crack this trend line here, looking like it was going to crack 2. If you also look here, 197 is open price. So I'm really looking at that $2, 197 to really hold as support. And when it looked really weak here, and I was really excited in here, thinking we're finally going to get the move. And when it cracked and just kind of consolidated under VWAP, I was just thinking, okay, this is probably done. And so I was, finger on the trigger, ready to sell. So I cut it there. It was like a $12 loss. Totally fine. So held that low of day, popped right back, and I smack it big size. Because I've been waiting for this all day. So I smack it big size on this candle, ended up cutting it. I think I was in at like 212. Cut it at like 208. And then just because, and it's the big size that got me emotional. If I would have just smacked small size, and then, maybe added another small size in here, or one of these higher lows, or when it breaks through this trend, and then just holding and selling into the high 230s, low 240s, that's a whole move. That's a nice 10% snipe, and you could be done with it. Instead, I bought, sold, rebought this candle, bought more here, sold it here when it looked like it was going to crack, because I had bigger size and I didn't want to be taking bigger losses. Which, even though at this point I had brought my losses from $12 to about $60, just by getting myself chopped around in here, and when ideally I should have just been taking starter, maybe an ad here, and really just being patient, letting it work, selling into the push. Instead, chopped myself around, and then ended up sizing in, getting 1,000 shares at 231, sold half into the 240s, and then was really trying to let the other half ride. I really wanted to see a push into the 250s, 260s, since this was such a low float and it had the good news on the day. I really wanted to see this move, and held it. My last 500 shares into after hours, ended up cutting it in the low 220s, ended up leaving it as a $50 loss on the day. But it did hold too after hours, so I will be looking for a previous high of day break over 240, 245 tomorrow to continue that push and break out over the 240 level. Let's see, to test. I think we can go up and test 3. I think we can see the high 2s, 3. So just got to see what happens tomorrow. That's going to be on my watch. But just, try not to trade with, don't throw a big size and don't get emotional and start throwing big size. I would have been completely fine if I would have just taken the small size and taken my snipe. And instead, I really wanted to get some size in there. I really wanted to get a big squeeze. I got too over, what's the word? I was just too confident that it was going to just squeeze. And I got over convicted. I think that's the word. Jesus, I'm so out of it right now. I thought it was just going to squeeze. And when it failed there at 245, double topped, starting to fade, I knew I should probably be cutting it into the close when it was getting back down to 230 my buy, and decided to just, I wanted to try to swing it. I wanted that squeeze, and I went from being green, making back all my stupid little choppiness losses, made back all the $61 in losses. Could have been green like $50 or something like that. Instead, I just, I wanted more. I was greedy. So really annoying, but it is what it is. And so just got to do better. Can't be sizing up and getting, letting my emotions get the best of me. I really just need to read the chart and let it tell me what to do and go from there. So still on watch. I'm going to watch this for tomorrow. Like I said, previous high of day break over 245 to test 3. So I hope it made sense. It's kind of hard it's a little hard to explain especially since I'm doing this video hours and hours after, the trade. So trying to just think back and really remember that feeling and what I was thinking. I just remember, I don't want to miss out. I want some size to make back, my losses. And I wanted it to rip. I wanted it to squeeze. And I got greedy, got too emotional. And, I deserved the $50 loss on the day. So biggest loss on the day, biggest loss this week so far. And hopefully, there won't be anything bigger than that. But let's try to finish off the week strong. Friday, I'm excited. And, just want to finish off the week strong. Not force anything, but let's just finish off on a good note. And, take the weekend to really study and prepare for next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it made sense. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.